guess until now you never noticed that there's never actually an actual voice when you talk to yourself. It is all internal communication. That's what intuition is. You figure out how to do something because you've been trying and failing, then you figure it out. And then they come up and say, "That's really good. How'd you do that?" And you go,
No, I didn't.
"I just, I threw the ball and I hit it." Then what can they say? They say, "Well, like Barry Bonds was one of the best at it. Like they would talk to him and say, 'How do you do it?' And he says, 'Well, I set him up at the first at bat because he just got that kind of mind. I set him up at the first at bat. He only got 3 pitches. So by the third at bat, I knew he had to throw me a fastball and I killed it.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's the guy. But most guys are like, hey man, I was looking for a fastball. It's like that's what Hank Aaron is. How do you do it? So you set up a pitcher and you look for your pitch. And when your pitch comes, don't miss your pitch. That's it. Now it's harder than that, but
Way harder.
but this is the thing that people like to do with music and everything else. They try to take the language and try to explain something that really can't be explained.
Especially in music.
It's in everything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like how like one time a guy said, so well, what is jazz to you? I said, well, what is French to you? Define French for me. Or it's a language that the French people speak. Well, jazz is some shit that some black folks started in New Orleans. I mean, given those two. That doesn't explain what French is because you can't explain it.
Exactly.
If you want to know what French is, put on a record with people speaking French, then you know what French is. That's how jazz is. You want to know what jazz is? Put on a damn record.
Man, you preaching. You were so
Put on a record.
Yep.
Instead, it's like, here, take this pattern book. That ain't jazz, that's improv.
Yep. Oh man, now you.
That's improv, it ain't jazz.
Ooh, you telling the truth now.
Because there's positive people who know how to play chord scales, chord progressions, and can't play jazz.
Oh, we got tons of them now. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Right now.
Tons of plenty of that. The auspicious title of.
Yeah. Right now.
Oh yeah, jazz musician.
I don't even, it's fine. You can't stop it.
Right.
But all I do is they ask me about. They don't even ask me no more because they know what my answer is. That shit ain't jazz. That's just improv.
Yeah. Man.
Because the thing is that it's like because it's a simple. Winton said it once, and I heard it and I said, "Oh, that's mine. I'm keeping that shit." He was doing an interview, and he said, "Man, jazz only did 3 things. Like all this other shit y'all talking about." He said, "First of all civilization is improv.
Of course.
Egyptian music, improvisation. You know what I mean? Balinese gamelan, improv. Kabuki, improv. This is not a new thing. Jazz didn't invent improv." He said, "Jazz was the first music that consistently used the flatted third and the flatted seventh in the melodic context, and the swing beat. That was actually 2 things." He said, "Those are the only 2 things that jazz did: the swing beat and the consistent use of the flatted third and the flatted seventh in the melodic context."
In melodic context.
In the melodic context. So no other music has ever done those 2 things. Jazz didn't invent rhythm. Africans invented rhythm.
Exactly.
And the Indians and all these other people. You know what I mean? It's like jazz didn't invent rhythm. It certainly didn't invent harmony. But like the Louis Armstrong sound where you can sit on a flatted third on a major chord and it sounds good, that was new.
Yeah. Well, I never actually heard that one.
Winton said it, and I went,
Winton
damn.
said it,
Because when you talk to most people now, because when you got guys that aren't good at playing jazz, then the definition suddenly shifted to where the most important thing in jazz is improvisation. And the improvisation is the sound of jazz. No, jazz is the sound of jazz.
Yeah.
And in the context of that, there is also improvisation.
Yeah, but it's part of it.
It's part of a thing.
Yeah.
Whereas now, it is solely about improvisation.
You man, woo! Thank you.
To most people. So when they're talking about jazz, they're not really talking about jazz.
They're talking about improv.
They're talking about a mathematical,
Very much
methodical way
mathematical,
of negotiating chord structures.
It's a mathematical process of chord structure. Not necessarily jazz.
Well, that's got nothing to do with jazz. It's more to do with math than it does to do with jazz. And it attracts a certain kind of person. When you see the guys that play that way, they're, they don't really have, they're kind of dry personality.
I see that all the time.
It's like a thing, the social awkward shit. I mean,
Especially up in New York.
Yeah, well, but they come from everywhere.
It's called No Girls in the Room.
Bruh.
Not no more.
Bruh.
I was like, y'all successfully killed it.
Well, they don't, you love it. It ain't their fault. So it's easy to say
really,
that
it's true. It's
Because
true.
I mean, I was in Germany doing a master class, and the guy says, "Yeah, you used to like weather report." I said, "Yeah." I said, "What made you stop?" I said, 2 things. when Jocko joined the band, it killed the band. Now, with most people's interpretation, when Jocko joined the band got great.
Enhanced the band, right? Yeah.
I says, no, how do you say it killed the band? I said, the bass player's job is the same as the midfielder's job in soccer or the center's job in football. You do this yeoman's gig and you don't call attention to yourself. Jocko had 3 licks that he played over and over again on every song. And he ran around the stage, and he was the focal point of attention. So the job of the bass player, which is the timekeeper, was abandoned. So the shit didn't groove, so I just couldn't deal with it. And the second thing is, by the time I was 16, I suddenly noticed I was just surrounded by 2,500 dudes. Like there were no women in the audience.
All guys.
It was all guys.
Yeah.
And I said, and when I said that, I saw some of the kids going, oh shit, you know, because once I saw that, I'm like, nah, I gotta get out.
Yeah.
I want to be around this.
Yeah. For sure.
So he's the perfect example. Like,
You trying to give me a kill up here. I see it. I felt it yesterday when we was on the phone. I said, I don't know about this. I'm feeling my spider senses tingling.
why is he tripping?
I don't know, bro.
You need to stop with that shit, man. Well, you don't have to play, because I ain't playing unless you play. So
That's
it's
fine.
fine.
Yeah, so we're about to play now, gentlemen. So yeah.
Are you serious?
I go get my horn now.
I'll be back.
Okay.
What are we playing?
Okay, so
Something I know.
Okay, so.
firm roots.
I don't know that.
Okay, come on.
Call it two, bro. See, Luke. These are the things that happen all the time in my life.
Yeah.